host Mohsin Ali, and you are watching Global Scope News. Today, we are going to talk about the biggest economic crisis the world is facing right now. This is not just a news report. This is a reality that is hitting people in every country, in every city, in every village. Whether you live in Pakistan, India, America, or Europe, this crisis is affecting your life. It's not a small issue. It's one of the most dangerous financial breakdowns the world has ever seen. Prices are rising everywhere. Jobs are disappearing. Families are struggling to afford food, electricity, and basic needs. Governments are running out of money. Even rich nations are not safe. People are angry. They are hopeless. They are afraid of what is coming next. But the question is, how did we reach this point? And where are we going? In today's video, I will explain everything in a very simple way so that every viewer understand. No matter their age or background can understand. From inflation to unemployment, from debt to currency collapse, from war to hunger. I will connect all the pieces for you. This is not just about numbers. This is about real lives. This is about our future. And I want you to stay with me till the end to fully understand how serious this crisis is and what we can all learn from it. Let's begin with what we all are feeling right now. Inflation. Inflation means the value of money is falling. When you take the sum amount of money to the market today, you can buy less than what you could buy a few months ago or few hours ago. The cost of flavor, rice, milk, petrol, gas, electricity, and school fees has gone up, but your income has not increased. Your salary is still the same, so your buying power is shrinking. This is happening everywhere. In Pakistan, people are standing in line for flour bags. In Egypt, families are skipping meals. In Argentina, inflation crossed over 100%. In Turkey, food prices doubled in just 1 year. Even in the United Kingdom and the United States, people are complaining about grocery bills. And when food becomes expensive, everything else becomes harder. Parents can't afford school fees. Patients can't buy medicines. Rent becomes unaffordable. And the poor suffer the most. Now let's talk about debt. Every country in the world owns money, but some countries owe more than they can handle. Like Pakistan, over 120 billion dollars. Sri Lanka went bankrupt because it could not pay back loans. Ghana and Zambia are also drawing in debt. The United States has over $33 trillion in debt. Even Japan and China have massive debt. Why is this a problem? Because when a country takes loans, it has to pay interest. And when interest rates rise, the burden becomes heavier to pay off old loans. Countries take new loans and the circle keeps going. This is called a debt trap. Countries spend more on paying back loans than they spend on health or education. And to please the lenders, they increase taxes, cut subsidies, and raise prices. That's why petrol becomes expensive. That's why electricity bills rise. It's not just mismanagement. It's because the country is under very pressure from international financial institutions. But who suffers? The poor, the middle class, the honest working people. The next big issue is unemployment. When inflation rises, businesses suffer. When loans are expensive, investments stop. When investment stops, jobs disappear. Like in Pakistan, youth unemployment is at record high. In India, lakhs of degree holders, 100,000 degree holders are sitting at home without jobs. In Europe, companies are cutting staff to survive. In America, tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Facebook have fired thousands of employees. In Africa, people are migrating to other countries in search of jobs. Even in the Gulf, job opportunities have decreased due to falling oil revenues. This creates a wave of frustration. Young people lose hope, families become desperate, crime increase, mental health issues grow. Some even take their own lives. This is the human cost of the economic crisis. Another serious problem is currency. Currency devaluation. In a simple word, so when your currency loses value, imported goods become expensive. Your foreign reserves go down. Your country needs more local money to buy the same amount of dollars. This affected everything: fuel, medicine, machinery, even food. In Pakistan, the rupee lost half its value in 2 years. In Egypt, the pound crashed. In Argentina, the peso is almost useless. This makes life miserable for common man. It also creates a black market, corruption, and illegal trade. People start hiding dollars. Businesses stop importing, and the entire economy slow down. One of the hidden danger of the crisis is the banking collapse. Banking collapse. But when banks start falling, panic spreads. In 2023, Silicon Valley Bank in the United States collapsed. Credit Suisse in Europe also faced a crisis. These were not small banks; they were giant, and they failed. This sends a very clear message: even the strongest financial system are at risk. When depositors heard such news, they rush to withdraw money. This creates more pressure in poor countries. People already don't trust banks. In rich countries, that trust is now shaken. And without strong banks, no economy can survive. Another factor adding fuel to the fire is war. The Russia-Ukraine war has hurt the global economy deeply. Food supplies were blocked, wheat prices rose, oil prices shoot up, gas supplies to Europe were cut, sanctions were placed. Countries were faced to spend more on weapons than on welfare. And even countries far away from the war, like Pakistan or Indonesia, were affected by rising import costs. War is not just bullets and bombs, it's hunger, it's poverty, it's suffering, and now with the new tension between Israel and Hezbollah, the danger is growing. If war spreads in the Middle East, oil prices will explode, and that means inflation across the world. Let's not forget climate change. Floods in India destroy, destroy crops and homes. Heat waves also in India killed hundred wildfires in Canada, drought in Africa, hurricanes in the US. All these are killing people and damaging economies. When a flood hit a region, farmers lost everything. Prices of vegetables go up. Livestock die. Roads break. Schools close. It takes months or year to recover. Poor countries don't have the money to rebuild, so they take more loans. And again, the debt trap begins. This is how climate disaster and economic crisis are linked. Now let's talk about inequality. This is one of the biggest and most dangerous aspects of this crisis. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. During the pandemic, billionaires made record profit. At the same time, millions of people lost their jobs. Companies that make luxury items are making more money, but small shops and factories are shutting down. In Asia, 1% of the population owns most of the wealth. Like in India, the top business families control the economy in America. Control the economy. And in America, CEOs earn hundreds of times more than their workers. This is not sustainable. This creates hate, division, and eventually violence. When people feel the system is unfair, they stop respecting it. They stop following the rules, and the result is chaos. Another result of economic collapse is migration. When people lost their jobs and hope, they try to escape. They move from villages to cities, from poor countries to rich countries, from danger to safety. But this creates new problem. Cities become overwhelmed. Basic service like water, electricity bill, schools and hospitals come under very high pressure. Host countries start pushing back. Refugees are not welcome. Racism increase. Borders become violent. People risk their lives crossing seas and deserts. And many die trying all because they simply want a better life. So, what happens next? What can be done? Is there any way to solve this crisis? The answer is not simple, but it's possible first. Government must be honest and responsible. Corruption must end. Tax money must be used wisely. Luxury spending must be stopped. Focus must shift from big roads and buildings to education, health, and jobs. Second, global financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank must rethink their policies. Loans should help people, not punish them. There must be there must be fairness in how rich countries and poor countries are treated. Third, local industries must be supported, farmers must be helped, small businesses must be protected. We can't rely on only on imports. We must become self. Fourth, the rich must pay their fair share. Tax evasion must end. Big companies must not hide money in foreign banks. There must be justice in the economy. Fifth, the young, the youth must be empowered. Skill, training, modern education, and digital access must be given to every child. Because without youth, there is no future. This is the beginning of the change we need. This is how we can turn crisis into opportunity. The world is in pain, but pain can lead to wisdom. If we learn, if we unite, if we act with honesty and courage, we can rebuild. We can create an economy that works for all, not just a few. We can give hope back to our people, and we can prepare for a better tomorrow. My name is Mohsin Ali, and you are watching Global Scope News. Today, we are going to talk about the biggest economic crisis the world is facing right now. Until the next video, take care.